What's up, guys? It's Coach Grant with First Down Training. And today we're going to be breaking down the difference between a Division I DB and an average DB. So we're going to be talking about what the difference might be between those two guys when you get to the next level, why certain DBs are so good and so talented, and how it's harder as wide receivers to get separation, and why it's easy against just kind of an average, regular high school DB. So I hope this video helps you guys out. Hope it gives you some value. But also, fellas, if you're a wide receiver and you want to know a more advanced workout schedule that you guys can do in the offseason to take your skills to that next level, check out that very first link in the description for our 4-week wide receiver on-field workout schedule 2.0. So it's a 4-week long schedule with all the advanced wide receiver on-field drills you need to do for route running, press releases, catching ability, etc. We give you a 2-hour video where we break down each specific drill and talk about the importance of it and show you a live example of each drill, and we break down the exact sets and reps you should be doing on a daily basis. So check out that very first link below if you want to get better on the field this offseason. Let's get started with this video. So first things first here with this DB, this is a 5-star DB out of Duncanville High School in Texas. So obviously pretty big school in Texas if you're familiar with it. And this guy's a 5-star. So the thing that you got to understand as a wide receiver is that when you play those college guys, those next level guys, they're all talented. They're all fast. They're all bigger. Everybody's a little bit stronger. Everybody can lift a little bit more weight. Everybody runs a little bit faster of a 40. So some of the stuff that you might be able to get away with in high school isn't going to necessarily work. So this is a perfect example of that, right? So this receiver's got to run like a basic slant route right here, right? So if I got a DB who's in this catch technique, we all know, we talk about it a lot on this channel, that we want to close distance. We want to give him a move and then get off. But any little detail, any little mistake that you make, because this guy's going to be such a good athlete and he's going to be disciplined, he's not going to be over anxious with his hips, is going to make him be in a great position to make a play and disrupt the timing with the route, because he's going to be physical, he's going to be patient. That's what it takes to be a good DB, right? So as a receiver, we got to understand that in this case, if I get too close with this guy, I'm going to end up covering myself. I want to operate in range, especially when you're going up against a talented guy who's a little bit physical, who's a good sized DB. We want to operate in a range to where he cannot get hands on me, because if he gets hands on me, the whole route is going to be disrupted. So we got to make sure in this specific case, we operate in space over here. Any little mistake against these guys is going to make a huge, huge difference, right? And that comes for anything, right? Top of the route, coming out of your routes, running like, let's say you're running a comeback route and at the break point, you like to drift upfield against a talented guy, against one of those Division I guys, that drift isn't going to fly. He's going to be all over the route. He's going to be all over your hip and be able to make a play on this ball. So the details matter, fellas. That's why we stress the details about everything that you do, especially if you're not the biggest size guy, especially if you're maybe a smaller wide receiver. Whatever it is, the details matter. If you don't put the details in action and you don't understand why a certain release works, understand a leverage, understand things of that nature, a DB is going to be all over you if he's that next level DB. An average DB, it's not going to make a difference, and that's what we're going to look at here. So next clip we're looking at is a route from Evan Stewart, which is a 5-star wide receiver, and this is against a DB who's inside shade press coverage, right? Now, probably not the quality of DB at Duncanville. I don't know anything about this guy, but you see how he's just able to just run right past him, right? Just give him a quick little speed release and run right past him. Now, we know, because we've talked about it on this channel, that when you have an inside shade DB and you have a route like a fade route, what are you supposed to do? You're supposed to attack him, threaten him to the inside to get him off that platform. Because against a talented DB, this kind of release right here, this kind of technique is not going to fly. We're not going to be able to just take off and run, because this DB is not going to allow us to. He's going to be a faster dude. He's going to be a quicker guy. He's going to be more physical. And if we just take off and run, he is going to open up his hips, be right with us, get right into us, and force us to the sideline and make it a very tough throw on this quarterback, okay? So we got to understand that some of the things you might be able to get away with in high school will not fly at the next level. That's why it's so important, fellas, that you guys understand these things. Some of you might be thinking, oh, well, I don't need to know this. I don't need to understand. I'm just fast. I'm the fastest guy in my high school. I'm the fastest guy in my league. I'm the fastest guy on my team. I can just run past guys. I don't need to worry about releases. I don't need to worry about technique and IQ. I'm just a better athlete than everybody else. When you make that jump to that next level, everybody's bigger, everybody's faster, everybody gets out of the breaks just as fast as you, and they were all the best guys on their high school team, in their league, and in their area. So you need to understand the details of the position to be able to be successful. That means understanding why he's lined up inside shade. We talk about it all the time. He's inside shade to force us outside. Why is he in this catch technique? Because he wants us to do exactly this, to just run off and get hands. Of course, this DB doesn't have necessarily the speed as Stewart right here, but he should be over anxious, or not over anxious, but he should open up his hips a little bit faster and get right into this DB. I'm not a DB, or get right in this receiver. I'm not a DB guy. Don't claim to be a DB expert about the technique and all that stuff. But as a receiver, we have to understand that at the next level, everybody's big, everybody's fast, and our details, our route IQ, our route running is what gets us open. Especially if you're maybe like, let's say you have dreams and aspirations to play at the next level, and maybe you're not the best athlete, right? Maybe you're not the best athlete on the field. Maybe you're not the fastest guy on the field. That is what will get you open, having that high football IQ. Not saying that you should just accept it and not try to improve in those areas, but you have to make sure that you understand why why certain things work, because against a talented DB, like in the first clip that we talked about, if you don't have a plan of action and you're just coming out there and you just think everything else is going to work that you did in high school because you're just faster than everybody, you're going to get jammed, you're going to get embarrassed, and you're not going to get any separation on the route. I'll give you a perfect example. I was at a training session the other day, and we had a couple of high school receivers out there, right? I work with a quarterback as well, and we decided to go one-on-one because there's a DB coach out there. And DB coach had a guy committed to Hawaii, right? And the guy committed to Hawaii made these high school receivers who weren't that bad look horrible because of how they just thought, oh, it was just another DB that I'm going against, like a high school DB. You have to understand that going against some of these talented guys that have been coached well, that are disciplined, that are fast, that are big, that are strong, the details matter, and the route running details are what gets you open and is what gets you separation. Let's watch both of these clips full speed. In this first clip, just make sure, fellas, that's the difference. He's going to get physical. He's going to be patient. The moves you work against an average DB may not work. And again, you are not going to see this type of coverage at the next level where you could just run by guys unless you have Tyreek level speed. All right, guys, we want to thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. If you guys have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to leave those in the comment section below. I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Always appreciate the feedback, and it's always great to hear from you guys as well. And again, fellas, if you're on a 4-week-long wide receiver workout schedule with advanced workouts on the field you guys can do, everything is broken down. We give you an example of each drill, sets and reps for each day. Check out that very first link in the description below. I'll see you guys next time.